Hello, my name is Chris and thank you for joining me on this 5-mile circular walk from Heswall Dales to Thurstaston. Heswall Dales is a nature reserve covering an area of about 72 acres and is also a site of special scientific interest. Originally common grazing land, it was gifted to Wirral Council in the 1960s, consisting mainly of wet and dry heathland with gorse, birch and oak scrub. It also supports a wide variety of insects, reptiles, mammals and birds. We're going to start the walk here at the Piper's Lane entrance shown on the map. Just after entering the Dales, we're going to turn left up these steps, 60 in all. Apologies to those that joined me for the Heswall Dales walk. Some of this area will be familiar, but please stick with me as we shortly leave the Dales to continue the walk to Thurstaston. We are now in an extensive area of gorse with views of the River Dee and Welsh coastline. The width of the Dee at this point is about 4 miles. Over to the left we can see Flint, and in the distance we can now see Moel-Vammer. And then panning right, we see the point of Ayr at the mouth of the River Dee. We'll stop at this granite bench to enjoy the panorama. Taking the path behind us, we walk to a junction where we turn right and then up this path to the entrance to Dale Farm. The farm provides a day service for adults with disabilities and support to those with mental health needs by providing the opportunity to learn life skills through horticulture. We'll now head up the short lane and at the top we'll turn left onto Oldfield Road. Walking down the road we can see on our left Hazelwell Care Home, developed from the remaining buildings of Heswall Sanatorium. Built in 1902 and originally known as the West Derby, Liverpool and Toxteth Joint Hospital, it treated tuberculosis, which was widespread across Merseyside at that time. Carrying on along Oldfield Road, we enter the Cleaver Heath Nature Reserve on our left. We'll follow the path around the reserve until we can exit onto Oldfield Drive. Crossing the drive to the right, we find this old farm gate with views of the mouth of the River Dee estuary. At this junction we'll turn left onto Oldfield Farm Lane and head to the farm. Oldfield was originally a small hamlet in its own right, but merged with Heswall. Some old maps still show Heswall cum Oldfield. Passing the farm on our left, we reach a stone stile with a bench nearby. It's difficult to imagine now, but it is recorded that there used to be two small settlements on the Wirral coastline below us. They have been lost due to coastal erosion. Stromby and Warmby were most likely established when there was a Norse presence in North Wirral, around about 900 AD. We now follow this path and pass through a lift gate. Further on we cross a boardwalk to reach a small gate by the entrance to Dungeon Wood. Through here runs one of the few waterways that flow into the River Dee from the Wirral. Dungeon is Old English for wooded dell. These fields have many grazing horses in the summer. Continuing straight ahead, we reach Hall Farm in Church Lane, Thurstaston. Ahead of us is St Bartholomew's. The first mention of a church on this site was in 1125, and that building survived to 1820, when it was demolished and replaced by a plainer building that stood on site for 61 years. The tower of that church still survives in the grounds. The present church was consecrated in 1886. It was designed by a Mr. Pearson, who also designed Truro Cathedral. To the left of the church you can see Thurstaston Old Hall, a Grade II listed building which can be dated back to 1070. The west wing is the oldest part of the hall, built in around 1350. In the churchyard can be found the grave of Thomas Ismay, the founder of the White Star shipping line, which was later to merge with Cunard. Passing the church to our left, we reach a bend in Station Road. Ahead of us is Dorpool Farm, but we follow the road to the left, where we see ahead of us the old Dorpool School building, which was built by Margaret Ismay, the wife of Thomas. It closed as a school in 1906. Straight ahead of us is Station Road, but at this point I think we shall have a well-earned break and a cup of tea. I hope you will join me later for part 2 of the walk.